you do BEST Robotics?
No, school did not for that one, but
Oh, okay.
Science Olympiad and Battle Labs.
Science Olympiad.
Along with I did first robotics, which
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
area you went to for first year. And so now that you've transferred you over to the valley, but I'll still be there with your competitions and stuff. I like you, I just want to do robotics.
I'm Alex. I'm also active duty Air Force.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, well, we will start. Well, just introductions. Well, my name is Juan Esparza. I'm head of presentation here at UETM Ultimate Robotics.
I'm Andrew Rao, and I help with the presentation and this prototype I do.
My name is Nicole Munson. I am head of finance.
I'm John David Goodell, and I'm a representative from the software development team.
I'm Santiago Cruz, and I am the head of marketing.
I'm Alain Garcia, and I'm co-head of fundraising and outreach.
I'm Stacey Maldonado, and I'm another co-head for finance and outreach.
I am Pedro Perez, and I am part of the software team.
The presence of the electrical grid is ubiquitous in our society, but what if one day the very life force of our society, the electricity we depend on so greatly, were to be drained? What then? Will we just power off? No. This isn't ideal, and this isn't our mission. The needs that you outlined to us have been meticulously analyzed by our engineers. We understand those needs, and we understand the importance you place upon those needs. We understand the importance you place upon repairing and restoring residential power lines and transformers. We understand the importance of clearing debris from the roadways. We understand the importance of restoring the 345 kilovolt transmission power lines. We understand the importance of replacing ground conduit connections, and we understand the importance of replacing substation power lines and transformers. Your needs, your wants, your desires, and your values are thus reciprocated by us, enabling your mission to be powered on.
Going back to some of our previous robots, Ultimate Robotics not only has experience in building robots, but building robots at advanced state and even placing at state. But here are some of our previous robots, which were also made with the Ultimate design process. Here we have the Windy, the Reaper, the Debugger, the Miner 49er, Don Fuego, and last year's robot, Ipasa.
Now introducing this year's robot,
Blixt Machina. We picked Blixt Machina, which translates from Blixt, from Swedish to English, lightning, and Machina from Latin to English, machine, which translates to lightning machine. We picked Swedish because we wanted to pay homage to Alfred Nobel, a Swedish engineer who the Nobel Peace Prize was named after. But here are just some of our parts of our robot. We have a working drivetrain, wheels, conduit skis, a power line hook, power line arm, insulator mechanisms, and a shoulder and an elbow. For our arm for a robot, we wanted to mimic nature because nature is in fact, or in you, the best engineer. So with our elevated drivetrain, our robot gives you the best dexterity and mobility to connect the power lines to the power line cables to the power lines itself.
We not only believe, but we promise our robot far exceeds the standards that currently exist in the market today. The main components of our robot are wheel, chassis, conduit dispensers, power line arm, and power line insulators far exceed the criterion we handcrafted for you. These criterion being functionality, speed, cost efficiency, reliability, and material use. Everything has been handcrafted for your specific needs, and everything is made just for you. Our robot is able to replace and restore the 345 kilovolt transmission power lines. Our robot is able to clear debris from roadways, and our robot is able to deploy conduits within seconds.
Okay, going into our value proposition of our robot, one thing I'd like to stress is that our robot is affordable compared to certain bucket trucks that linemen use. The bucket trucks that linemen use are dangerous for linemen itself. So I'd like to present to you Blixt Machina, which is affordable with a price of $84,000. Which bucket trucks range anywhere between $80,000 to $300,000. So not only are you the client saving money, but you're also getting a robot that performs autonomously and performs the job effectively and efficiently. Our robot was made with state-of-the-art technology, and each piece went through Fusion 360, which is a software, We design each piece, laser cut to give you the best efficiency and precision when making this robot. For you, the client, you get a full 100% warranty for our robot, and our robot is not only reliable. With 60 working employees in Ultimate Robotics, you get a diverse ideas to build this robot, multiple contributions, and multiple implications to this robot. One thing I'd also like to stress is per match, our robot can score anywhere between a minimum of 900 points to a maximum so far of 1050 points. Our robot not only gets the job done, but we do it well.
To power on innovative solutions, one must employ innovative funding. We achieve our funding through 4 main economic ventures. Our most profitable ventures are ice cream sales, with a total profit of $3,551. Our second most profitable venture, and personally my favorite, would be our Ball-a-thon, where Ultimate employees and members of the community came together for a night of fun. This was not only a financial bonus, but also opportunity to share our ideals and innovation with our community. Our last 2 economic ventures would be our ramen noodle sales, which profited $1,630, and our donations from local businesses and organizations, which profited to $1,300.
Just for clarity on this information, I just wanted to give you some handbooks made by us. Look through it. It has a brief overview of everything we'll be speaking about today.
So during your events, did you just sell the ice cream and noodles, or what else happened during the events?
Well, all of these fundraisers were separate. We sell the ice cream and ramen noodles. The top 2 were together, but the other 2 were separate.
Yes, these ice cream sales and ramen noodle sales are a daily accumulation of funds that we try to produce consistently, both after school and during lunch.
I mean, during the events, were you pitching the club too, or to try and get people to join, or teaching them about robotics at all?
For the most
just
part,
for the sales?
For the most part, ice cream sales and ramen noodles are known to be done by us, and any questions are definitely answered, but most people don't ask these questions, so we're not trying to advocate too much. But definitely during donations and bowl-a-thons, we definitely advocate ourselves. We bring our robot for presentations. So within itself, these fundraisers are almost separate community outreaches.
Now to our budget overview. We began this fiscal year with an initial income of $4,774 and quickly amassed a total deposits of $9,681. In order to educate community members, students, and professionals, we expended a total of $5,050. With all, our net income amounted to $9,405, which will be used to further research the problem at hand, further surpass our high quality standards, and power on through the impossible.
So our reasoning behind why it is that we do our outreaches is not because that we think that the judges may find it appeasing, but because we enjoy doing it. This increases our sustainability in our community, as through our outreaches we are able to touch many demographics of our community. In our city, there isn't much of an engineering infrastructure, so it's left to us, our company Ultimate, as well as the other ones that may be in our city, to handle it. Through our outreaches, our sustainability increases, and I don't mean that necessarily in a financial sense, but in an engineering sense. Our community is lacking in an engineering infrastructure, as our city was actually ranked one of the least tech-savvy cities in the nation. But through our outreaches, we kind of create a positive feedback loop through our city, as when we give to our community, it ends up giving back. As whenever we host an outreach, or we try educating another team in our city, we are benefiting them, which causes our engineering infrastructure to go up. So if we need help, we can turn to other people. We also believe that through everything that BEST has given us, it is our responsibility to give back to our community, which is why we host the outreaches that we do. And we host various outreaches, from informal ones, such as just taking our robot and putting it outside a little restaurant, driving it around and being fielded questions, or to more formal ones, such as when we host workshops in our school during the summer. And we invite all the other schools in our city to come, as we are one of the more senior teams in our city. And through that, all of the students that are there that are more minor, they're newer, they come to us because we teach them how it is that we've been doing things. As through our 18 years in BEST, we have been very successful. And now Stacey will touch on the outreaches that I spoke of.
So to add on to several of the outreaches, I would like to emphasize a couple of the outreaches that we did this past summer and at the beginning of the year. The first one is with the House of Mercy, and the House of Mercy is a battered women's shelter that we were able to visit and give a workshop to several of the families and children who were affected by any sort of domestic violence. And due to the severity, we were not able to take any pictures because they do have a non-disclosure contract and everything like that. But in the workshop, they were able to interact with us one-on-one, and for us, we love doing things when they're involved with kids of younger ages, because sometimes they come up with questions that we ourselves may not even think of, and it really keeps us thinking, and it gets their brains going and everything like that. And the next one that I want to emphasize is the San Isidro Elementary one. This was a 4-day workshop where we were able to interact with children ranging from kindergartners all the way to 5th graders, and we taught them the basics of robotics, basic math skills, basic designing skills, and it was a really fun thing to do with them because we were able to see all of their smiles and everything, and they were really intrigued with everything we had to say for them.
We see this social responsibility as a privilege rather than just a responsibility. We have seen the investments in what we do, and we find a positive feedback loop every time we do these.
To continue with the marketing strategy, there are 4 social medias that we do have right now, which includes our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Snapchat, and our website. All of these are public, and we use all of these to stay in contact with teams that are basically all over the world, being that they are public, and we like to keep our community updated with what we're doing every single day. We're very active on them, and we're very open to questions through all those social medias. We've had several Skype calls with other teams and everything, and it's a great feedback loop, like BJ was saying, because not only are we allowing ourselves to learn from others, but we're allowing ourselves to teach others also.
One of the most important parts of Ultimate is our employee training regimen, which emphasizes the importance of top-down design. Using this technique, Ultimate employees break down the client's problem into smaller problems to effectively and efficiently solve for the client's needs. Using top-down design, we have refined the work ethic of linemen who repair transmission towers and install conduit pipes themselves, built a 1-to-1 scale model replica for effective testing, researched various design approaches using collaboration with our 60 Ultimate employees, and of course conducted extensive testing to ensure a prototype that is reliable and efficient. Of course, all these actions fulfill our statement and our brand promise, which is 100% satisfied customers.
Our ultimate brand promise. Now, we make this promise to you not out of faith, but proof. Not out of faith, but trust within ourselves and within our team that we can produce adequate, not only adequate, but efficient and proficient results through experience, through our UETM process that has been refined over the years, and a process that will power you on. To elaborate on all these points brought up, we have 18 years of proven dedication, which we have not only grown, but developed as a team. With each and every year comes improvement, which brings guaranteed quality. Every year we refine and almost perfect our UET process to not only improve for us, but for you as a client. And lastly, this all brings outstanding achievement. We are 6-time state champions in Best Robotics, 14-time state qualifiers in Best Robotics. So I ask you, why not Ultimate?
As a company, Ultimate holds the consumer to the highest degree. Over our 18 years of dedicated service, we have not only serviced the clients a various plethora of needs, but the challenges that come with it, and accommodate to every challenge just as the client sees fit. For example, a couple years ago, we dealt with the Crossfire Best Competition, which dealt with firefighting. And of course, last year it was IPASA with the oceanic pollution. This year it's Off the Grid, where we accommodate to the client's needs regarding electric power grids, and we design everything to keep the power on. Of course, the customer is the most important part of Ultimate, and that's what we always strive for. This is why the brand promise guarantees 100% customer satisfaction, and we promise that.
So what makes Ultimate different? Well, first and foremost, our technology. Years of experience has not only allowed us to obtain state-of-the-art technology, but learn how to use it. From laser cutters, 3D printers, to modeling software, we are not only capable of designing the best robot for the job, but actually creating it. Of course, this technology is used by our 60 team members, each of which brings something important to the group. From different backgrounds to different skill sets, each one's capable as their own and only strengthen each other as a group. Regardless of whether they're a part of the design team, hardware team, or software team, they all work hand in hand. If the hardware groups need something, the design team's on it, with the software team close at hand. Of course, this is thanks to our ultimate process, a process that we have been refining for 18 years, each year perfecting it, not only learning from our mistakes, but growing from our success. This process is shown in our controllers. The controllers are designed by the software team, the hardware team, and the design team to not only be capable of using every part of the robot as best as possible, but ensure that it is comfortable to the driver. So they require little to no training to start using the robot and get out there in the field as soon as possible. Of course, this process, it improved not only our efficiency, but the quality of our products. If our team members are the fuel, the battery that drives us, then this process is our circuit that allows us to power on.
This is a brief overview and entire outlook on our headquarters here at UETM in Laredo. Sorry about that.
I'll let them go, no problem. Does it need internet access?
It might, I think it's uploaded to YouTube, but
It's connected to a personal hotspot.
Yes, I don't know, get a hotspot.
While this is loading, do you all have any questions for us?
What is the cost of your product?
84,000.
Oh, that's right, okay. Does that have a warranty?
Yes, 100% lifetime warranty.
On all parts?
All parts. We have a backup close at hand.
and when you sign the contract with us, you get 15% equity within our company.
You also get 1/8 of a void seed in the sales of our robot. And I just want to stress that this isn't the final design or final model of a robot. We'll always iterate or remodel for our clients' needs or whatever they need to add on to our robot. And this or any other additional add-ons will stay within the 84,000. They will not exceed our price for this robot.
Furthermore, that also includes patches in the software, any changes that you all wish to make, we can do for you at no charge at all.
Or even simply cosmetic changes if you guys want a paint job, or if you guys just want, bigger wheels or something. Ultimate is on it, and of course, it's no charge to the client.
And after all this, past the accolades, past the experience, and past our promises, I can guarantee you 100% that we will be working for you. This is our final difference, our ability to collaborate not only with ourselves, but with you, the client, to produce a product, whatever you stand by. Ultimate Robotics, powering on with you and for you. Ultimate Robotics. Your solution.
So what's your delivery process once an order is placed?
Once an order is placed, we ask you about various semantics, how do you want the robot delivered, and then we'll deliver to you personally, as one of our members will deliver to you by hand, so therefore you receive the best customer satisfaction all throughout.
I hope this isn't like copyright, but we almost mimic the Tesla process, where we ask for your customizations, your personal add-ons, and anything you want added, and we refine it, perfect it, and then clarify it for any further needs, and once your final product is done, it is delivered right to your front door.
And then once it's delivered, how will our employees get the training to operate it?
Oh,
Well, our robot isn't really hard to use, or it's actually self-taught. We Ultimate employees can have various training methods, or we could go to you and we could show you how to operate this robot. But it doesn't really need that much knowledge to operate at all. All the parts and all the mechanisms here were crafted to have the most efficiency and simplicity. So it's all just self-explanatory when using the robot to give you, the client, more time to stress on solving real-life solutions instead of other problems of operating this robot.
I do want to note though that a handbook is included with the packaging of our product, just to clarify to customer, because we understand that some companies may have customers that are brand new, or workers that are brand new and have not operated any sort of machinery in their past jobs. And this is why we just offer the basic knowledge on that.
Good.
I would like to add on to that, that the controllers do go through various trial runs to ensure that they're comfortable and easy to control.
Yes, adding on to Santiago's handbooks, they all come with clear instructions and a phone line to call us at any time. If you need a personal trainer, we will provide that immediately, free of cost.
Is it autonomous at all?
Yeah.
Our robot has autonomous capabilities. Our robot is able to actually deliver both insulator mechanisms to the transmission towers.
By itself?
Completely autonomous.
At the press of a button.
Literally.
What are some limitations of the robot? Like what doesn't it do well?
Well, of course, it's always prone to malfunction, seeing as the base is made out of wood only. Of course, dealing with electrical grids, fire is always some sort of a problem. Of course, we're working towards modifying the design to better accommodate for these needs.
I suppose our only limitation, which is being refined and improved upon every day by UETM, is the time we take. We cannot do it in an instant, but we definitely are improving. And our scores do provide a very well and efficient time, but we do try to refine because we know that emergencies do happen and time is very limited within all these emergencies.
Any further questions?
So besides making it easy to use, pretty much by any operator, what makes your robot different or unique? What's the most special thing about it?
Well, I personally believe it's the chassis we carry. It's a type of A-train chassis, and it doesn't have a regular platform. It's not built off some piece of wood. Everything else is built off of this, which is then built outwards and downwards, not just from the up top. So we're not built like a tower, we're not static, we're not set in place, we're definitely mobile. And that's something we like to hold high within UETM. So aside from the chassis, everything works from it, and then we have a locking arm mechanism which ensures stability when doing all these practice or emergency protocols. We have counterweight to make sure nothing is off balance. We have large wheels for extreme mobility. We have, these side skis, which definitely ensures again stability, and we can lock it up.
Just a little fun fact about our robot. Right here for our counterweight, we put 750 pennies to balance our robot out for our counterweight, so to have the best mobility and dexterity when operating through our power cables.
And I think the final note on this is our ability to improve, especially since we only contain 3 motors and 3 servos, which allows for extended 1 motor and 1 servo. And definitely add-ons by the client or customer.
So you made your own little gears?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. But did you use any of the servos?
Yes, so
There
the
are 2
servos are
servos.
relays.
There's a servo found here on this mechanism to deliver
okay.
for the autonomous delivery of the
Okay.
insulators, and 2 servos for the conduit dispensers.
So the conduit dispenser servos act a certain way. We like to do them in 3 peats or 3 rounds. So the conduit dispenser will lock and only let 3 slide. So then we can shift and move 3 and 3. So it's done with extreme accuracy and efficiency, especially on the numbers. One last notable thing, obviously extended questions are definitely welcome, but our line for our arm is always tangent, and that's something we like to keep it account. A lot of us take advanced mathematics, so this was something that was definitely enjoyable for us to do. We have a 3D printed part that will account for complete and efficient torque within our motors, so say this arm moves up, it would always be at the tangent of the arm.
Okay. So you did that instead of pulley?
Yes.
Okay. But is there any risk of that rope breaking or whatever that is?
Well, there's always risk of
Right.
something breaking, but in this case, it's not likely. We definitely do like to make precise cuts, so nothing is cut wrong or missed out of shape, so this is definitely smoothened out,
Okay.
so it won't break. And this tangent arm is not only made for the robot arm, but for the rope itself. So with applying the most pressure and without a breaking point and with a smoothed edge, it becomes a lot easier and more sustainable for the
Is
rope.
it braided rope or is it just single line?
I think it's just
It's
long.
single.
Single
Single
one.
one, okay. Because the braid it might last a little bit longer.
Yeah, most simple.
Question?
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Excellent.
Great job.
All right, thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Good night.